Alright, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey, and today I'm bringing you guys a career reading all about what career is right for you. So we're going to be looking at what are your personal strengths, what potential do you have, and in what way does it want to be expressed. And the intention that I'm going into this with is helping people find the career that's right for them, that you might not know is right for you yet. So this reading may be for people that are going to school but aren't quite sure what to study yet, or maybe it's time for you to go out and get a job but you're not quite sure about what you want to do. Or this could also be for those of you that are in a career but you've just been feeling really dissatisfied with it for a long time and you're hoping for a change. And my goal today is helping you find not just a career that you would be good at, but something that you enjoy, something that makes you actually happy, something that you're passionate about and that you would want to do, not just that you feel forced to do. So today I have 3 different readings for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the nightingale, pile 2 with the tarantula, and pile 3 with the spider, which I just noticed that these are both spiders, so I don't know, that's whatever. Go ahead and pause, figure out which pile you feel most drawn to. I've left timestamps down in the description box below, so you can quickly jump to whichever reading you're meant to listen to. But that's all that I have to say. Go ahead and enjoy your reading. Alright, pile 1. If you chose the nightingale, then this is going to be the reading for you. And the way that we're doing this is this first card, the nightingale, is basically who are you? And then with these 4 cards up here, we have what energy are you embodying right now? So where are you career-wise or in life right now? And this right here is what potential is within you and how does it want to be expressed? How does it want to be shown to the world? How does it want you to act or embody this potential? And then down here, we're looking at the past, present, near future, and long-term future of your career. As well as we're going to be ending with a final note of advice from your spirit guides. And I want to say, I haven't fully interpreted these cards yet, but I'm getting this just very positive energy from your reading. I think you have a lot of potential and you are destined for success. I even see straight off the bat with this being your near future card, the 9 of Cups is all about what you've been manifesting, what you've been desiring is coming to fruition. You are finally reaching that completion of having what it is that you want, whatever it is that you've been working towards, because I definitely see that, I went into this reading with the intention of helping you find what your career purpose is, but I feel like pile 1, you guys already kind of know what you want to do. I think you're a little uncertain about it because you lack confidence. And for a long time, that is what you've been trying to learn. That is what you've been trying to grow, is your self-empowerment, your self-confidence. And so with this here, this reading for you is actually kind of a confirmation that what you've decided on, what feels right to you right now, that is what you are meant to do as a career. You're already on the right path. This is just going to be, further confirmation of it, because I see that you're already on the path of getting to what it is that you do desire. So I will say, if you know anything about this animal spirit oracle deck, if you've seen it before in other readings, I'm not going to be reading from the guidebook. I'm going off of my own personal interpretation. So that might be different from what the actual guidebook says, but this is what I'm seeing for you here. So starting off with the nightingale. When I looked at this nightingale card, I saw somebody who has always been seen as very small. Somebody that's been very underestimated. Maybe I'm getting the vibe the runt of the litter. Somebody that is physically smaller than everybody else, that was talked over everybody else, that, I'm seeing somebody that was at this dinner table and it's if you didn't get what you needed, you're asked out. You needed to fight for what you wanted, and everybody else around you was getting what they wanted, was pushing you aside, and nobody ever really listened to you. And I don't really know about the nightingale bird in real life, but what I think I know about it is I think it's a bird that sings at nighttime, and I feel the moments when you shine, the moments when your inner flame comes out is when you're alone. And I'm imagining the nightingale is so small, all the other birds, get the worms before him or her, and it sits there alone and cold during the day. Nobody's there to support it, but at night is when it's alone and it finally has a moment to shine and to sing and speak its truth. And what I see for you is You've been grossly underestimated your entire life, but you have this wisdom and knowledge inside of you. I think that you are extremely sharp and bright, and you have this way of viewing and seeing the world that is so creative and so different that nobody really took the time to look and see what it is that you're creating or listen to what it is that you have to say. But when people start to notice, when the right people start to actually see and pay attention, they see that you have this ability to create this beautiful world with your words. So what I'm getting off the bat is, you've always been around people that don't understand what it is you have to say or what you're creating. They see it as like you're creating trash. But to other people, to the right people, they see that what you're creating is art. And so this pile, I think that you guys are definitely creatives. Some of you might be singers, actually. For others, I could see you being writers or poets, maybe even painters, photographers, or maybe, I don't know why I'm thinking like TED Talk, like you're a speaker, like you have a story that you want to share, or you want to speak to people, you want to show them the way that you view the world because you believe it could help them. Maybe you want to be a counselor. But I feel like for this pile, the thing I see in common for all of you is you have this beautiful thing within you that you want to express to the world and that you want to share. But all your life, you've only ever been able to share it in private because no one has ever understood. Because all the people around you, they don't understand what you have to say. Nobody else has ever, thought to sing at night. Or, maybe you were raised around people that think art is stupid, for example. And it's like you create these beautiful masterpieces, but everybody's like, oh, there they go, playing with junk again, like making nothing. But for you, that nighttime is when you can finally sing that song within you, when you can say who you truly are and express what you want to express. And that creativity, that originality that you have is so desirable to the right people. You will find people that will love what you have to offer and what you have to bring to the table. But for so long, it's like you've had to show it in private because the people around you just don't get it. They're not like you. And what I see for what energy you're embodying right now, I think that in the past you have had to go through this time of finding your inner confidence, figuring out, I feel like you've always known that this is what you're passionate about, whatever it is that you want to create. But you've been scared of showing it to people, you've been scared of putting it out there because you think nobody's going to like it. But I think that you're finally in this moment right now where you're learning to accept that it's not for everybody. But as long as it makes you happy, that's the good thing. Not everybody appreciates art. But if you enjoy doing it, there's an entire world of people that appreciate art outside of, wherever you live or the people that are around you. And with growth and reflection, I think you're doing the inner work within you right now to build that self-confidence, to build the confidence in the things that you're doing, the things that you're creating. Because even though everyone around you has always put you down or never understood what you're doing, you're beginning to ingrain into yourself that it doesn't matter what those people think. It matters how you feel about it. And what I see for this potential that's within you and the way that it wants to be expressed, the movement card makes me think that you have such a creative energy within you that's like a fire that just wants to erupt, that wants to be put out there. Your art wants to be seen. What you have to say needs to be heard. And it's like it's bubbling over. You have so much within you that you want to express to the world, that you want people to connect to. And with illumination, I see that this thing that you have to express isn't just not to belittle art, but it's not just this thing to be hung on a wall and some people are like, oh, I like that. It's meant to change minds. It's meant to change mindsets, change the way that people think about the world. It's something that reaches deep into people. There's this thing on TikTok that I saw the other day, and I didn't read it because, I don't know, I'm not really all that into essays and writing. But there's this thing called, somebody wrote the essay that made my English professor, my English teacher cry. And there's so many people on TikTok talking about how it was like gut-wrenching, made them cry. I didn't read it, But personally, I'm imagining like you are the person that could write something that beautiful, that all these people, even like an English professor that reads people's writings for a living every day in, day out, that it was so revolutionary and so deep that it touches people all across the world. You know, people miles and miles away reading it on their phone, it makes them feel something. And the illumination card makes me think that you have this gift within you, that what you desire to be expressed to the world changes people, changes their mindset, changes how they feel. And that is extremely sought after. So if you're worried about like making money, money will come. If you are chasing what you truly desire, if you're making an effect on the world, and if you are bringing people something that they desire, money will flow. Like, some people think that you're only able to make money in very specific ways. But if you're bringing value to someone and they want more of it, they will be willing to give you money to have more of it. Money is just a tool, and it will be given to people who bring value to others. And if you have something of value, which I think that you do, you have it within you, you generate this value from inside of you. You will make money off of it. So if you are worried about, I don't think it's profitable, like not a lot of people make money off of art, just wait and see the way that your art touches people, the way that your words speak to people is so meaningful that they would love to support you. And I see with the movement card, there's so much creativity, there's so much knowledge, so much art that wants to be birthed from within you. I see that you are an extremely creative person with a lot to share to the world, that you're not gonna run out. You're a very creative person. And whatever it is that you're creating, whatever it is that you want to share to the world, you have an abundance of it within you, and it is going to be extremely sought after. So now what I see here with your past, present, near future, and long-term future of your career, with the recent past, or the past that is most important to this story right here, I see the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands, you see there's this person that's worried, they're a little beat up, they're scared, they feel trapped. And I feel like whatever environment you are in, not only did it make you lack confidence, but it made you afraid to put out the things that you love. It made you afraid, like you're holding this art piece and you're like, well, if I give it to the wrong person, it's going to get stomped on, or it's going to get thrown in the trash, or people are going to put it down. But I see with the present right here, you have ventured out of that. You have ventured out of that afraid mindset, and you've turned into the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands has an abundance of creativity. The wand suit is all about passion, creativity, the inner flame within us. And the Queen of Wands, she expresses it. People are drawn to her. She's not going out there like constantly handing out like flyers of, like, look at this thing. People are drawn to her and they ask it for her. They ask it from her. She is sitting comfortably on that throne and radiating this warmth and light. And I feel like for you, you're finally able to stand in your confidence, in your power, and the creativity flows within you. And you don't need to give your art up to people that won't accept it. I feel like with the Queen of Wands, she sits there like almost like the Empress does, and people are drawn to her. She's not going out of her way to prove to other people how meaningful her art is. She's not forcing it upon people, trying to make them see that, like, see, it is good. See, if you just look at it closely enough. No, she understands her worth, and that's you sitting in your confidence, understanding that the right people will appreciate it, and you just need to sit and wait for them to come to you. And you're finally, like, with this being you in the present, you're finally able to understand that and not feel so afraid of expressing who you truly are. And with the near future, the Nine of Cups, I see like you're finally getting recognition for what you're doing, or what you're doing is finally paying off in some way that you've been desiring. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Maybe you were trying to manifest a certain number of followers on like your art account, or maybe you were trying to put your writing into a writing contest and it wins, and then people start noticing you more. Or maybe it's like I don't know, whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest or work towards, it's finally starting to pay off. It's finally starting to be recognized. And you're having this moment of satisfaction that everything is falling into place the way that it's meant to. And so for the near future, when I think of the near future, I think like the next 3 to 6 months. I say near future, but it's not just for when I'm posting this video, it's for whenever you come across it. So this is timeless. It's not just like 3 months from when I post this, it's 3 months from when you're hearing this reading. And what I see for the long-term future with this Five of Swords, it's kind of like a bittersweet sort of thing. It's like good that it's happening, but also wish it wasn't. So what I see with the Five of Swords, I see competition. I see people being threatened by your art, by your work, because it is so sought after. It's when, maybe people that you've looked up to are starting to become a little bit jealous or a little envious, or they don't want you a part of their sphere because you're starting to outshine them. But I see that what you have is so desirable, you don't need to fight back against these people. You don't need to play the petty game because your work stands for itself. It shows its worth just by sitting there. You don't need to push other people down for your work to shine. And I see people are feeling threatened by you. You're starting to make a name for yourself. People are starting to flock to you more. And I see that these people that are going to be jealous of you, that are competitive, are the types that were not embodying this Queen of Wands energy. Whereas you are able to sit back and receive abundance and have people come to you, have people be drawn to you. They had to go out of their way to, push people down, push people aside to get their work ahead of others. But yours stands for itself. Yours shines all on its own, and you didn't need to push other people down to get what you want, and they are jealous of it. So long-term future I see is like a year to 2 years from now. I want you to be very careful of people trying to, I don't know exactly how like copyright law works and stuff, but especially if you're putting stuff out there, beware of people that are trying to steal your work, people that are trying to get your work taken down, get you pushed out of certain spaces, because I feel like as you grow in popularity, more eyes are on you, but that also means that not all of those eyes are going to be positive ones. Some people are not going to like the success that you have, and you need to be aware of backstabbing people. It might even seem like people that want to help you out, that want to get close to you, that want to like show you the way, only for them to backstab you later on so that they can stay at the top. So just be aware of anybody that's kind of in your sphere that seems like they don't truly have your best interest at heart. Even if somebody's trying to seem like they do, just be aware that not everybody is who they seem to be. And the last piece of advice that I have for you is from your spirit guides, and it's this card. It's a mourning dove, so I don't know if mourning doves are like a symbol for you, but maybe keep an eye out, especially if they're appearing more after you hear this reading. But what it has to say for you is, feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. So what I think with this one is, especially for a creative such as yourself, it's important to take time to rest, because creativity and inspiration, it can be hard to hold on to that. That's why people get writer's block or artist's block and stuff. And with the creative thing, it's like, yes, you want it to work out, you want it to be your career, but you can't just push and grind and work and work and work, because that's when you start to falter. You need to be able to take time to yourself to relax, allow yourself to recenter and ground yourself so that you can keep that creativity alive instead of running it into the ground. So let this card kind of just be an extra gentle reminder that it's okay to relax, it's okay to take time for yourself, especially if you're feeling bogged down, if you're feeling really drained, if you think it's like getting harder than normal for you to keep creating what you want to create or keep doing what you want to do. Let it be a sign that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to rest. Give yourself a day or a week, especially if you're working for yourself, like with a creative thing, you're trying to make your own way. It's kind of hard to just give yourself time off, because it's not like a boss is like, okay, you can have this time off. It's like you have to decide for yourself, and that can feel incredibly guilty because you're like, if I'm not working, I'm not going to make it. But you need to be able to give yourself that time and remember, like, just because you're not seeing results right away doesn't mean you're not working hard. So allow yourself time to rest. And I see that you have so much potential within you, pile 1. Whatever it is that you're trying to create or do, it is going to work. People are going to love it, and you are going to have abundance in it. Just don't forget to give yourself a break once in a while. So, pile 1, that is everything that I have for you today. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If you're looking for more readings like this, I do have a ton more on my channel, so feel free to check them out. Or feel free to subscribe and stick around if you like. I post about twice a week if you're enjoying these kinds of videos from me. And if you want a personal reading about your specific situation, I do offer those. There's a link down in the description box below to my shop. But without further ado, that's everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Alright, pile 2. If you chose the tarantula, then this is going to be the reading for you, all about what career is right for you. So the way that we're doing this is the tarantula card essentially represents who you are. And with these 4 cards up top, we have what energy are you embodying right now, and what potential is within you right now, and how does it want to be expressed. And then finally with the tarot, we're looking at the past, present, near future, and the long-term future of your career as it stands right now. And then we have a final card about advice from your spirit guides. So, starting off with the tarantula, who you are. The tarantula card in this deck speaks about being at a crossroads where life or others have pulled you down a certain path, but within you, your intuition is telling you to go a different direction. And it's hard for you to trust yourself. I feel like for a long time, you've been this jack of all trades, master of none, trying out different things, and I feel like you've been afraid to stand on your own. I think that you feel like you can't succeed going at it alone, or starting your own business, or being completely working for yourself. You feel like you need somebody else's guidance. You need somebody that's done it before. You need somebody else, like a work partner, or a boss, or someone to show you the way. And for a long time, you've been very uncertain of what direction to go in. And suddenly there's somebody that's come into your life or something that said, go this direction, do this thing, I'll help you out, we can go this way. And you were so uncertain of yourself and your own abilities that you're like, okay, this sounds great. Now I have somebody that I can, shoulder some of this work with, somebody that can help me out and lead me in the right direction. But I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you that it's time for you to go your own way. It's time for you to do something on your own. And it's been this nagging feeling inside of you, like intuitively or in your gut, you just have this feeling like, I'm not meant to do it with this other person. I'm meant to go in a different direction. But you have such a lack of confidence in yourself and such a lack of confidence in your intuition that you're not ready to listen to it. You're not ready to go your own way. You feel a lot safer sticking with other people. But I see that you're at this crossroads for a reason. The way that your intuition is pulling you is the better way. You might think that you can only succeed with others or with this support that you've been given or during doing this certain path that people said that you should go down. But what your intuition is telling you to do, what direction you're being led in, the other direction, is so much more fulfilling, and also I feel like will lead you to more abundance. Like, not only will you be happier, not only will you be more successful, but I feel like you'll even make more money. And I feel like you don't believe in your own abilities. You're so scared to go it alone and fail and have these thoughts within you confirm everything that you are afraid of, that you can't do it on your own, that you're too scared to go down that path. And I'm here to tell you that if you feel like your intuition is pulling you a certain way, if you feel like all the signs and synchronicities are leading you in a certain direction, it is because that direction is for your highest good. We are never going to be led astray by our intuition. Our intuition, and don't get it confused with ego, because your ego is your pride, is the side of you that's like, well, this side is better because everybody says it is, or this side is better because I need it to be better. Your intuition doesn't have needs. Your intuition will just feel right. And you're being asked to follow your intuition and follow whatever this new direction is. And for what energy you're embodying right now. With the mystery card and illumination, I feel like you didn't know what direction you wanted your life to go in. You don't know what career is right for you. And you were just kind of following what this, I don't know why I have this sense that there was this other person, be it a parent or a business partner or an older sibling or a friend. They were trying to partner with you on something or tell you to go down a certain direction or were trying to guide you. Maybe they were just trying to give you like certain career opportunities because they truly want what's best for you. But with the illumination card, you had this moment recently. And for all of you, it's going to be different. This is a general reading. But the way that I'll explain it is when you suddenly have this light bulb moment. You suddenly have this moment of inspiration, or you discover something new. And you have this inner feeling like, I want to do that, or I want to go in that direction. Like, I don't know how to explain it to people that don't work with their intuition a lot, because as somebody that does work with my intuition a lot, the way that this thing appears to me is suddenly it seems like everything else goes quiet except for what I'm listening to. Like suddenly it feels like something else, something deeper is speaking to me through that thing, like I am meant to pay attention to what's being said because it's important for me to hear it. And when those kinds of things happen, it's because it's a piece of advice that's really important to my life, or it's telling me about a new thing that I should go after. And whether you realize it or not, I think you've had one of those moments where some sort of career or some sort of passion was revealed to you, and it feels like you had this kind of connection with it. You had this moment where you felt a spark. But then your ego took over, your lack of confidence took over, and you kind of forgot about that thing, and you're like, well, I'm just going down this direction. But for some reason, you keep thinking about this thing. Maybe it was something you enjoyed doing when you were younger. Maybe it was something that you kind of had a passion for but forgot about because you thought it wasn't possible. But whatever it is, you are meant to go in that direction. And I feel like it's hard for me to zero in on what it is exactly because this is a general reading. I think it's going to be slightly different for all of you. But the way that you'll know if it's right is if when you're thinking of it, it kind of freaks you out a little bit because you like it. You want to have it, but you're scared it's not going to work out. And the part of you that's scared that it's not going to work out is your ego. It's trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep your pride safe. But the part of you that wants to go after it, that's your soul trying to go for its deepest desire. And what I see for this potential within you and how it wants to be expressed, you have magic and stop. And with the magic card, it makes me think that you have this innate purpose or ability that you are really good at. It's something that you could like really, really, really make it succeed if you put your all towards it. But like I said, your ego is trying to protect you, protect your pride, protect you from getting hurt, protect you from failing. So it's telling you that, you're not actually that good at that thing. You couldn't make it succeed. And with the stop card, not only do I see it as like, put a stop to the ego, put a stop to your fears, put a stop to the lack of confidence and allow yourself to pursue it. But I also see put a stop to feeling like you need other people around you to help you succeed. You're not helpless. Whatever it is that you want to chase, if it's something that you want to go back to school for, to study, a career you want to start, a certain job that you want to chase after, if it's a new place that you want to move to because you just feel better there, stop feeling like you need other people to do it for you. I feel like you see with this tarantula, in one way you could say it's like, oh, it's a jack of all trades, master of none. It's not actually good at any one thing. It's only good at like the little things, but only in small amounts. Or you could look at the tarantula and you could see, look at all those arms that the tarantula has, all these different things that it could do. Look at how easily it can learn these new things. And I just want you to see your own potential. See what potential that you have to be able to do whatever it is that you put your mind to. For so long, people have told you that you just can't do it, or you believe that you can't do it. Like you need other people to help you. You need other people to guide the way. You need to put a stop to those thoughts because this magic card, you have magic within you. You have a deeper purpose within you, and you have such a strong ability to succeed at what it is that you want to do. You just need to take that leap. Go for it. Go for that thing that you're passionate about. Allow yourself to trust yourself a little bit. Even if you don't trust yourself, allow yourself to take that leap of faith, because that leap of faith is what you need to be able to be happier and to do it on your own, to prove to yourself that you can do it on your own. And so what I see for your past, present, near future, and long-term future of your career. With the past, I see with the Hermit is a guy who's taking a lot of time to himself, who's going down this path alone and kind of introspecting about where to go. He's going down this path alone, and I feel like that was you trying to figure out what makes me happy, what do I really want out of life. You're working towards this thing that people say you should be working on, but it doesn't make you happy. It's not fulfilling to you. And I feel like whether you are doing it consciously or not, your inner self has been searching for your true passion. Because if you see this Hermit card, he's following, if it'll focus, he's following this star in this lantern. And that star I see is what your soul truly wants and desires. And you kind of put it into a cage. You don't really want to look at it, but even though you're trying to ignore it, you're still following it. You're following it down this path. And that's why you had this moment of illumination where you're like, oh, there's that thing that I was passionate about. There's that thing that I want. There's that thing that I care about. But then your ego gets in the way and it's like, don't go after it. You shouldn't be coming for this thing. And with the present card, you have the Five of Wands, which is all about conflict. You're super conflicted inside because you wish that you could just brush off and forget about this thing that you care about, this thing that you're passionate about, because it's impossible. You're not able to go for it. Or at least that's what you keep telling yourself. And so you're trying to forget about it. You're trying to just lead this life that's not fulfilling to you. And of course you feel this inner turmoil because you're trying to go against what truly makes you happy, what your soul truly wants. And not only that, but you're trying to stick with other people. And the truth is, as much as we love other people, as much as other people want us to succeed, we're kind of alone in the life that we lead. At the end of the day, we are still an individual person. We can love lots of people and have lots of people around us. But when it comes to what you want from your life, it's your life and yours alone. It's not a life meant to be lived by two people or a life meant to be controlled by others. It's a life where you are meant to find your own purpose and find your own path. And you're so conflicted of finding your own path because you don't want to be alone. You're scared of failing on your own, and then people will see just how bad at things you truly are. And I want you to know that you are not bad at things. It's your ego speaking. It's your lack of confidence speaking. And you need to let go of this inner conflict and at least take that leap of faith. Follow that thing that you want. If it fails, well, that sucks. But at least you tried. At least you were true to yourself instead of just accepting that you're going to have an unfulfilling life. And with the near future, with the Four of Wands reversed, I see a desire for you to go it alone. I think that you are going to make a decision where you kind of want to go against what other people want for you. And it's terrifying because you want other people to be proud of you. You want to just be able to do what other people want because you don't want conflict between you and others. You don't want a rift. Nobody wants to go against their parents, for instance, because it's so much easier if they're just, happy for you, if things are just smooth sailing. But the truth is, in order for you to truly be happy and follow your deeper purpose and follow what you're meant to do, you can't just stay along with what other people want for you. And so, for the near future, this is like the next 3 to 6 months from whenever you're watching this, I see you finally being able to detach or go a different route from what others want for you. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be an upsetting time, but you're going to be following your higher purpose. And that, when you feel true to yourself, that's when you start to actually develop that confidence within yourself. Because even if the whole world is against you, at least you are aligned with yourself. And I think right now, you're not in alignment with yourself. You're not in alignment with your highest self or your inner self or what it is you truly want out of this life. And for the long-term future, for the next year to 2 years, I see you slowly but surely going towards what you want, going towards what you desire. But a big thing that you need to remember if you're going to follow this thing is remember why you're doing it. Remember why you desire this thing. Remember why it makes you happy, why you're passionate about it. And hold on to that feeling, hold on to that flame. Because when you forget about it, you're going to feel discouraged. You're going to feel a lack of confidence. You're going to be wondering, why am I even doing this in the first place? I could have just stuck with other things. But you need to remember, you're doing it for you. You're doing it because it's what you love. You're doing it because it's what you're passionate about. It's like, for instance, I'm imagining if a writer, for example, decided to drop out of school so they could pursue a writing career because that's what they're really into. If they start to forget why they love writing so much, if they start to just work, try to put out writings that they're not passionate about, they're going to start to hate it and they're going to second guess, like, why did I ever leave that career? Why did I ever leave that school? I had it all going for me. But when they start writing the things that they care about, when they start to get back into that groove and feel the love for this passion that they have again, that's when they remember, oh, this is why I left all those things. This is why I'm choosing to go down that path, because I love this thing. And I feel like that is something that you will kind of have a battle within yourself for. Because I see you're going to be going in a new direction and trying to make it work, not just as a passion, but, possibly as a career. And if you go down this direction and you start to lose that passion, you're gonna feel like, why did I go through this in the first place? This was a horrible idea. I should have played it safe, and you're gonna get mad at yourself. So it's gonna be really important for you to check in with yourself and reignite that passion. Do little things that remind you of why you love this in the first place, and allow yourself to be happy for yourself for chasing this thing. And pile 2, for the last piece of advice that I have for you, from your spirit guides, we have the parrot. So parrots could be a specific spirit animal for you. Maybe it's a sign that you see often, or maybe it'll be something that you start seeing after this video as a reminder of the message here. And the message that the parrot has is, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. Honestly, that could not be more perfect. I hadn't read that yet until I got this card out, and yeah, this whole thing is about you embracing who you truly are, what your passion is, what you want to follow, what you truly desire. And a big thing is letting go of what other people want for your life. Like I said in the beginning, it's all about letting go of other people's opinions on what your life should be like. Letting go of people, or needing other people to succeed and doing what people want of you. Letting go of their opinions and allowing yourself to be who you really are and do what you truly want to do. So pile 2, that is everything that I have for you. I feel like that was kind of a long reading. My throat kind of hurts from all the talking. But if you enjoyed this video and you want more like it, feel free to check out the rest of my channel, because I do really enjoy doing career readings and, like what's your divine purpose kind of readings. So there's a ton more on my channel if you're interested in more. And if you're looking for personal readings, I do offer those. There's a link down in the description box below to my shop. But that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching pile 2. Bye-bye. Alright, pile 3, last but certainly not least. If you chose the spider card, then this is going to be the reading for you. And the way that we're doing this is, this spider card right here is going to be all about you, who you are. And these cards up here are going to be, what energy are you embodying right now? What's going on with you right now? Where are you at in life, especially career-wise? And these cards right here are going to be all about what potential is within you and how does it want to come out? How does it want to be expressed? And finally, with the tarot, we're looking at the past, present, near future, and long-term future of your career journey. And then we're going to be ending off with a final piece of advice from your spirit guides. So, starting off with the spider card. When I look at the spider card, I look at somebody who is an extremely hard worker, not just for themselves, but when I look at the spider, especially in that web there, I'm imagining someone, specifically a mother, just the mother energy, someone that wants to take care of their children, somebody that wants to build a home, build comfort, build abundance for those around them, somebody that works hard, meticulously, not just to provide money and stability to those that they care about, but to provide them a home. And I feel like you put everybody else first, not necessarily in a bad way, but in a selfless sort of, you feel this need to shoulder the burden of putting in the work to take care of everyone else. And I see you work extremely hard for those that you care about, and this could show up in your life as taking odd jobs to make ends meet. This could be putting yourself through school again, at an older age so that you can take care of those around you. This could be working long hours every week. I just see somebody that works extremely hard because they want to provide for those that they care about. This could be younger siblings. This could be your future children or your children that you have right now. Maybe the life that you want to build for yourself and for your partner. Maybe you want to try to support your parents who are older. Maybe they have health issues. But that's the kind of energy that I'm seeing here for you. And I feel like all throughout your life, you've had a hard time settling on one specific job. Maybe you didn't have the opportunity to go to college, for instance, and just study a specific thing like everybody else did and jump into a career. Maybe you had to support your parents' business and work with them. Maybe you had to work right away because you couldn't afford to go to school and you've just picked up lots of odd jobs here and there. I see somebody that's putting in a lot of work but hasn't had a lot of time to discover themselves. And for the energy that I see that you're embodying right here, you actually had abundance and determination come out together. And usually I just have 2 on this side, 2 on this side. But with abundance and determination, I just see your biggest goal is trying to, I don't know why this phrase is coming to mind, but stack cash. You care about creating abundance for those around you. You want to take care of them. You want to just be set for life. You want to be comfortable. But I feel like you're just working and working and working, and maybe things are coming up. Maybe there's suddenly bills that you need to take care of, and you haven't been able to create the abundance and the savings that you desire. Things haven't been panning out the way that you want. And with the creativity card, I feel like you're such a hard worker. You're working all these different jobs. You haven't been able to provide for yourself emotionally or creatively. I feel like you have certain desires maybe to pursue a specific career idea that you've wanted. Maybe you want to open up your own business. Maybe you have a passion that you want to bring into the world somehow. Like maybe it's your dream to start a cafe or start a store where you sell plants and pots and stuff. And that's that creative side that I see that's kind of been brimming to the surface. And maybe you think it's unrealistic. Maybe you think, I don't have time for that. I don't have the resources to start that. But you're being drawn in that direction for a reason. I'm specifically getting like you guys, this pile 3, wanting to start a business of some sort, wanting to create your own passion project. Maybe it's like a hobby that you have and you want to turn it into a business. Or maybe you've been thinking about opening up a certain business or thinking about a specific business idea that you want to start. Like, for example, I'm thinking like, I don't really know how restaurant chains work, but I know that for Chick-fil-A, for example, if you can like open up your own store that's a part of the chain, maybe there's some idea that you have like that where you're thinking, maybe I'll open up this restaurant and I can run this, and that can be what I work on. That can be how I make money for my family. And I feel like with this creativity, you have all these different ideas in your head of maybe this is how I could start a business, or maybe if I did this, maybe if I went back to school to become an accountant, then I could do my own accounting and taxes as well as those for other people. It's like you just have these different ideas coming up of ways that you can create abundance for your family. And I don't know if you guys have children, but I think family is very important to you and you really want to be able to provide for them. I feel like maybe you were raised by parents that had a difficult time making ends meet, and you are kind of having that torch be passed down to you, and now you are having trouble making ends meet, and you're trying to think of all these different ways that you could make it easier, you could alleviate that burden. And with determination and abundance, I especially think so. You are very determined to make money no matter what kind of hard work you have to put in. But with this potential that I see within you and how it wants to be expressed, we have consciousness and mystery. And I feel like even though you're this extremely hard worker that doesn't really put a lot of time aside for your own creative pursuits, with consciousness, it makes me think that you know exactly what it is that you're passionate about. You definitely think about it, even if you don't fully let yourself pursue it. I think that you know yourself very deeply, you know about what you care about, but it's almost like you have this sense of, I need to put myself last so I can take care of everybody else first. But with the mystery card, I see that you want more from life for yourself. You care a lot about the people that you take care of. You want them to be taken care of. But you have this desire within yourself that you almost think is selfish, that you want to explore these creative passions. With the mystery card, it's like you want to not know where life is taking you next. You want to have that excitement that you don't know what you're going to be doing next week. Not in like a job insecurity sort of way, but like an excitement to see the world kind of way, an excitement to pursue different passions. And I feel like it's almost like a dream that you have, like when you go to sleep at night or when you're daydreaming, you think of different ways that your life could look, and you think they're unrealistic, so you let them just be daydreams. But I'm here to tell you that I feel like there's a way for you to combine them, and maybe whatever this business idea that you've been having, opening a specific business where maybe you get to make your own handmade goods and that's what you're passionate about. I think that there is a way for you to do this, and it's not just gonna suck all the money out of you. Like, you can make money from it, but it's like you're in this scarcity mindset where you feel like if you stop putting in all this hard work that you're putting in, everything's gonna be falling apart. But I want you to know, I think that you could give yourself a little bit of room to pursue this thing, to start this business or go after what this thing is that you want to go after. I think there is a way for you to do it, but you're too focused on all the ways that you couldn't do it or all the ways that it won't work out. And with this past, present, near future, and long-term future for your career, I see. With the Two of Swords, I feel like this is the past card. You've been standing on this kind of precipice for a while where you're like, you know that you want to start this business or this passion project or something, but at the same time, you're torn between staying the way that things are, keep working hard, nobody else is going to do it, and so instead you were just letting things stay the way that they are, not really making a decision. And the thing about the Two of Swords being reversed is you just need to take action on one way or another, because you're standing at this in-between, not going one way or another. And when you don't go one way or another, you just kind of are in this uncomfortable state of not truly pursuing one thing. Because if you go one direction, you're still thinking about, God, I wish I could have gone after my passions. Or, if you're just sitting there not making a decision, you're unhappy, you're dissatisfied, you're unfulfilled. But with the Fool card in the present, this leads me to believe that some of you, pile 3, have already made this decision to take that leap of faith to go after, starting this business, or maybe taking steps towards seeing like, okay, what would it take to get the place that you need to rent out to build this shop, for instance. But for others of you, I see that you're kind of just standing on the edge of this cliff and you're wondering, can I do it? Can I take this leap of faith? And I want you to try, because I feel like I see a lot of potential for you. I see how hard of a worker that you are. And I think if you kept putting that hard work into this business that you want to start, for instance, you could make it successful. But I feel like you have this feeling that since it's something that you care about and you're passionate about, it's not actually able to be successful. It's like you think it's more of like a game, like it can't be taken as seriously. But try to imagine that this is a business just like any other business, and you work extremely hard in the work that you do. You can put that same hard work into this. Just because it's a creative thing doesn't mean that it's not going to make money. It doesn't mean that this can't be your career. It totally can be, So I feel like it's like, you think if it's something that you care about, here's how I'll put it. You don't think that a career can be something that you enjoy. You think that it has to be something that you slave away at, that you hate, and things that you enjoy are outside of that. It's like the hobbies that you have at the end of the day. It's like your mind has this disconnect that you don't realize they can be one and the same. And it's like, I don't know, it's like you have this feeling that you can't work hard at something that you enjoy and make it a career, but you totally can. It's like you just need to realize, just treat it like any other business. Just because you enjoy it doesn't mean it's not a business. It's not a valid business. Just because it's something that you're passionate about doesn't mean that it's not still a job like any other job. And so it's time for you to take that leap of faith. Go towards that thing that you want to do. Because not only can it be successful, not only can it bring abundance because of how hard of a worker you are, but it's entirely possible for you to enjoy what you do and turn this into a proper career. And I see right now, with you in the present, you're kind of standing on the edge of this cliff, And all it takes is that leap of faith to go towards it. And you'll have so much more fun doing it. Like I said, with the way that this potential within you wants to be realized, it's like you want to be able to just live each day not knowing what it's going to bring, having excitement every day that you wake up, not just waking up, knowing what you're going to do, knowing you're going to go to work for this many hours and you're going to hate it. It's entirely possible for you to enjoy your career and have fun doing it. And for the near future, so the next 3 to 6 months whenever you're watching this, I see that there will be opportunities available to you. The universe, like once you start opening up to following things that you desire, everything starts to, like, how do I say this? There's this book, The Alchemist, I reference it sometimes, and it's basically about this guy Santiago who's trying to follow his heart's passion, his personal legend. And he has this guide along the way that tells him, once you start to follow your personal legend, the entire world conspires to help you achieve it, because the desires of one person is the desire of the universe. The universe wants you. The universe gives you these desires because it wants you to pursue them. It wants you to be in alignment with what your highest self desires. You're not just given things to desire and hope for just for them to be unattainable and for you to stare at all the time. Once you start pursuing the thing that you truly love and that you're passionate about, the whole universe starts to conspire to open doors for you, to close doors to things that don't serve you, so that it puts you on the right path. And I think that if you're watching this video today, you truly believe that everything happens for a reason, it happens for our highest good. And when you're in alignment with that purpose, you will be following it. And so for the near future, I see you're still going to have some difficulties where you're looking at things that didn't quite work out, and you're so upset thinking like, God, why did that door close on me? Why couldn't I go down that path? And what I see is, with this 4 of Cups, this guy, his eyes are closed and he's too busy focusing on all these cups that were empty that he doesn't see the universe is offering him a full one. And it's like, if you focus too much on the doors that closed or the things that don't work out, you're not realizing that they didn't work out so that you could have something better, so that you could go down the right path instead of something that was leading you astray. And so you're almost being given this message of, in the near future, as you're going down this path, have optimism if things don't work out a certain way. Like, for example, if you're starting this business, maybe you don't get to rent out this specific shop, or you don't get the lease on this specific shop that you wanted to set up your business in. And you're really upset. You're wondering, like, why I put in all this work. All the signs were pointing to, it's time for me to start this business. But come to find out, just a week later, you're able to open up shop in a way better location that a lot more people are drawn to, because for all you know, it turns out that place that you wanted to rent out, all the shops around it start foreclosing and then nobody goes in that area. And so it turns out to be a good thing. So don't feel put down if things don't start working out a specific way. If you had a very specific vision for how you want this business to work out, I have a belief that it will work out. Things will happen the way that they are meant to. It might not look like it to you from in the moment, but trust that if things don't work out a specific way, it is because it's meant to work out in a better way than what you had previously imagined. And so for the long-term future, for the next year to 2 years of your career, with the 2 of Pentacles, I see that things will work out, but I feel like you've been in this scarcity mindset for so long that when you start to have this actual influx of abundance, you don't know what to do with it all. You're not sure, like I'm imagining somebody that never had enough money to put it away into savings, and now you have all this money and you're like, well, I need to put it here, I need to pay for this bill, I need to pay for this, but then it's like you have money left over and you're like, well, I've never had this before, what do I do with all this? And maybe you're like, well, I've never been able to take time off, I can work less hours, and it's like you're gonna have more abundance of time and money, and because you've never known what to do with all that before, because you've worked yourself to the bone, you've always had less, it's like it's a good thing, but you're not quite sure how to live with it. So I see it's a good thing, but it's something that you're gonna have to adjust to. You're gonna have so much more time on your hands, you're gonna be so much more comfortable, and you're gonna have so much more money because you're in alignment with what you're doing, you're loving what you're doing, And it's also working out, because not only are you like an extremely hard worker, but as a happy worker, you're going to want to put so much more of yourself into what you're doing. And so your message is kind of, when you have that abundance of time and money, allow yourself to enjoy life and take a breath and focus on yourself a little, because everybody around you is going to be taken care of. And for the first time in a very long time, you're going to feel what it's like to be able to put yourself first, to be able to focus on yourself, prioritize your self-care or the things that you want to do, the hobbies that you have. And it's going to be a beautiful journey, but it's also going to be a bit of an adjustment. So that is what I want to, oh wait, I was going to say that's what I want to end, but you have one more card here. White Eagle. This is the connection, or this is the message from your spirit guides to you. White Eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. So with this final card, I want you to be in tune with your intuition, be in tune with the signs and synchronicities around you. Trust in the divine guidance that it is bringing you in the right direction, that whatever path that you're meant to go down, you're going down the right way. And like I said, if some doors close or you don't get things to turn out a specific way, it's because you're being led in a better direction, because that idea of how things looked might have seemed like it's what you wanted, but in reality, it might not have worked out that way. Like I said, maybe you don't get the rent or the lease on a specific place that you want to put your shop, but it turns out to be a good thing, because it turns out nobody goes to that area. And so the new area that you're actually able to settle in is way better. So the connection to divine guidance is within you. Trust your own intuition. Trust that everything is happening the way that it's meant to, and trust that you have this creativity and these desires for a specific reason, because you are meant to fulfill them, and they are going to fulfill you. So pile 3, that is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that this reading resonated and that finds you when you most need it. If you're looking for more readings like this, I do have a ton more, like what do your spirit guides want you to know right now? What career is best for you? What makes you happiest? What's your divine purpose? So if you're into readings like this, there's a ton more on my page. Feel free to check them out. Or if you just want more from me, feel free to subscribe and stick around, because I do post about twice a week. And if you're looking for a personal reading about your specific situation, I do provide those. There's a link down in the description box below to my shop. But that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.